sitting at the Lindo Theater right here in downtown beautiful Freeport, and I'm with Ed Finch. And Ed, this theater's been here for a very long time. How did they name it?
It was named taking the first three letters of Lincoln and then first three letters of Douglas from the Lincoln-Douglas debate, the Lindo.
Ah, that makes complete sense. Yeah. It's like, okay, let's name this, and what would we do? Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. So we're dedicating an auditorium to Spencer Tracy coming up on May 22nd. So before we get into the specifics on that, why Spencer Tracy? How did that come about?
Spencer Tracy's parents were from Freeport. They were both born here, and when they passed away, they were both buried here. And the Tracy family has a history going back in the community into the 1870s. And
Wow.
Spencer Tracy's mother, whose last maiden name was Brown, her family was also very prominent in this community all the way back to Civil War era. So while Spencer Tracy was born in Milwaukee, his parents spent a lot of time here, and he spent a lot of time in his youth here, went to grade school here for a while. And he really sort of considered Freeport his hometown because Milwaukee is such a big city that,
Right.
and the fact that he was living here off and on, particularly during the summers. And he came back here quite frequently to visit because he had relatives. He had an aunt, the only surviving member on his mother's side of the family that lived into the 1950s, and so he would come back to visit her on a regular basis.
Well, and I can see why he would consider this his hometown. It's where he came back and forth as a child, and we all have those special memories. Okay, well, I went here and visited my aunt, and I
Right.
came back and visited family, and you get that. Like you said, Milwaukee's a big city. This is his small town tie.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so the auditorium is being dedicated on May 22nd. How you're going to do a public reception, correct?
Yes, we're doing a public reception from 5 to 6 at the Stevenson County History Museum on Carroll Avenue. That's open to the public free. Spencer Tracy's two great-grandsons will be there, and
Wow.
people have a chance to meet them. And then at 6:40 here at the theater, we'll be unveiling the plaque and doing the ribbon cutting for the auditorium. And then at 7 o'clock, we're going to screen one of Spencer Tracy's favorite movies that he was in, The Last Hurrah, which was
Okay.
directed by John Ford. He thought he did one of his best acting jobs in that movie. So people will be able then to stick around. And then after the movie, we do a pre-introduction thing and then a discussion afterwards. And Cindy Tracy is the sort of Tracy family historian. She's going to be available to answer questions and talk about the Tracys.
Wow. So, The Last Hurrah, you said was one of his favorite movies that he did.
Right.
Critical acclaim for that one, or just kind of like his favorite?
No, it was fairly critically acclaimed. It just it was made in the 1950s, and it's a story about a big city mayor, loosely based on Boston. A guy who's been a mayor for a long time who does a whole lot of things for people that nobody knows about. And
Oh.
there are people running against him on the whole issue of that he's supposedly corrupt, but actually the people who want him out are bankers and stuff who aren't getting the stuff they want illegally from the city.
Okay.
And so he's fighting this battle, in a sense, and the last hurrah obviously is the fact that his career's coming to an end. He's very elderly, he's in bad health, but he just can't give up the fight.
So I was reading some not fun facts, I guess, but just some information on Spencer Tracy. Won back-to-back Oscars.
Right, he was the first actor to
Right.
win back-to-back Oscars, and the only other one who's ever done that, of course, was Tom Hanks for Philadelphia and then Forrest Gump. So, and Spencer Tracy was the first one to do that.
And I think people, when they hear Spencer Tracy, they go, okay, I recognize the name. A lot of people don't realize the tie with Katharine Hepburn, of course, his wife. And a lot of people are,
No, they were not
oh,
married.
that's right, they weren't married.
No.
No, that's right.
He was married and never divorced his wife. He and Katharine Hepburn were together, and they, matter of fact, mostly lived together the last 10, 15 years of his life, but they were never married.
That was a scandal, right?
Well, it was back in those days, the studios controlled all the publicity, and it was, they always made sure whenever they were someplace in public, like at a party or a reception, they never went there together. They always showed up separately. They always left separately. They made a real effort not to make a big deal out of the fact that they were,
Together.
together. Yes.
Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, one of my favorite Spencer Tracy movies. We're going to play a clip real quick from Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, a very famous speech of his, and he passed away a couple weeks after the film wrapped up, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so let's see a little snippet of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
This may be the last chance I'll ever have to tell you to do anything. So I'm telling you, shut up. The only thing that matters is what they feel and how much they feel for each other. And if it's half of what we felt, that's everything.
So May 22nd, if people want more information, where do they get more information on the Spencer Tracy dedication?
Well, the easiest thing would be to call the Lindo Theater, go to their website, and also we have a Facebook page called Alan and Ed's Film Club.
Okay.
And they can check on there. There'll be details about it there. And then the Greater Freeport Partnership website has details on it too.
Awesome. Well, I wish you the best of luck. It sounds like it's going to be an amazing dedication, and I'm so excited. And we're going to see some snippets of the auditorium and some other stuff at the Lindo. So thanks, Ed.
Yes,
I appreciate
thank you.
it. Very welcome.
Pretty cool stuff. After the break, our friends from Orange Theory are here to stretch me out.